Hypixel Skyblock has so many intense challenges. Dungeons, Kudra, Slayers, and so much more. But nothing compares to the difficulty of completing the Harp songs. You may think I'm kidding, but I'm serious. Slaying bosses with billions of HP is much easier than playing the final songs on the Harp. This is because on the Harp songs, you have to play absolutely perfect. In Dungeons and Kudra, it's okay to die, be slow, or just play like Party Finder. But for the Harp songs, you have to hit each note in the exact small window, and if you miss a single one, you have to restart the song because you need 100% to get all the Skyblock XP and progress to the next song. Now, when I first tried this, I thought, yeah, this shouldn't be so bad. This is going to take a while. Luckily, there are a few tricks to help with the Harp. First off, you can increase your GUI size so that you have more room for error, and it makes it easier to hit the notes. I also tried increasing my mouse sensitivity, but it kind of just cancels out the GUI and does nothing, so I suggest keeping your normal sensitivity for this. Also, in controls, you can change pick block, aka the middle mouse button, to be your left click / button 1. This removes the slight delay when you click on a note so you don't pick up the block, and it makes it much easier to do all of the runs. Next, I found it much easier to increase my FPS so that my movement looks cleaner and it just makes it a little more smoother and easier to hit. Another huge problem with the Harp is lag spikes. If you get a single lag spike, it completely ruins your run and you have to restart. So to prevent this, decrease your render distance down to 2 so that there's less blocks loaded in and it'll happen much less. Rest in peace to anyone that lives in Australia because your ping will definitely not be good enough to play the Harp. I'm sorry, you either have to move countries or take a vacation if you want to beat this thing. There's just no other way. With all these tips, the only thing left is just to practice a bunch until you get it. I suggest you play through the entire song a bunch, because even if you mess up, most of the song is pretty repetitive, and you really want to get good at the whole thing so you don't get really good at the start of the song and keep messing up towards the end, which takes a lot longer and can be more frustrating. This is kind of like doing no reset runs for speedrunning. If you keep resetting, you'll have a really great start of the run, but then the rest of it will be much harder, and towards the end you'll make a lot of mistakes. You can save a bunch of time if you just practice the entire thing the whole way through, and you get really good at the entire thing as you progress, so you don't waste that time getting the first minute or so perfect and then messing up on the later app. And with all these tips and strats, I started grinding. After about 7 minutes, this happened. I played perfectly. I got every single note. I was golden. Until this.
No! The last note! Literally the last note! I had it!
I missed the very last note. I would have been completely done with this if I just clicked that final note, but it requires you to flick your mouse across the entire screen and hit this stupid blue wool. So I kept playing. After about 7 more minutes, this happened.
Fudge! I missed it again!
So I was really good at the song, but I was missing something. So I decided to research how to play the Harp. And what better source to use than WikiHow? WikiHow is the most useful, important, and beneficial learning tool that the internet has to offer. I found an article of how to be better at playing the Harp. First, we need to learn about different types of harps. Well, I can either use the personal harp on my island, or I can select the song to play and go to Melody's harp on the foraging islands. But I really hate waiting for other people to play Happy Birthday, so I'm just going to use my own harp on my island. Now I need to figure out what type of music I'm playing. For those of you that don't know, Through the Campfire is based off of a really challenging song in Guitar Hero known as Through the Fire and Flames. This is a rock metal song, which is the perfect type of song to play on a harp. Next, I need to properly hold the harp. I need to sit close enough to the harp to comfortably pluck the strings. Thankfully, there are chairs in this game. Unfortunately, my arms are definitely not long enough to reach half the strings, but it's okay, I'll just play the song up an octave. Prevent injuries by relaxing your hands. This is not at all a comfortable way to hold the mouse, but I'll give it a shot. Attempt a basic tune. This is definitely not how a staff works at all, but I'll try this song. Just gotta figure out what these notes are. Okay, there are 7 notes, so I'm assuming it's just gonna be a diatonic scale. Okay, that's C, then D, alright. F. That doesn't make any sense. Where's E? Alright, G. G sharp? What the heck, is this some kind of joke? A sharp? Wait, is that A sharp again? These notes don't make any sense. Wait a second, did that one just change? So apparently, these colors don't really mean anything because the admins decided that instead of giving you 12 keys, they would simplify it down to 7 and just make up whatever notes they needed for the song. For the sake of this stupid song, I'm just going to pretend that these notes are simply a diatonic scale. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Okay, I feel totally ready to do this. With all this newfound knowledge, let's give it a shot.
Let's go, baby. We take those. Level 340. We did it. Let's go.
So it took me about 23 minutes to 100% through the Campfire, but there's one final song. And this one must be super hard and really challenging and much more difficult than through the Campfire.
Let's go. We take those. This is not a fork.
And it took about 5 minutes to beat Pacho Bell. Great. Anyways, if you found something useful from this video, whether it be tips and tricks on how to play the harp or you're just enjoyed by the story I told, then please make sure to subscribe because it helps me out a bunch. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!